Respected Director, Anthropological Survey of India, Ministry of Culture, Government of India, and Chairman of the Sikkim State High Level Committee, respected Professor B.V. Sharmaji, respected Senior Professor, School of International Studies, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi, come Emeritus Chief Economic Advisor to the Chief Minister of Sikkim, and the Vice Chairman of Sikkim State High Level Committee, respected Professor Mahendra P. Lamaji, respected esteemed members of the Sikkim State High Level Committee, Honorable Deputy Speaker, Sikkim Legislative Assembly, Srimati Rajkumari Thapaji, Honorable Ministers, Government of Sikkim, Honorable MP Rajya Sabha, respected Sri D.T. Lepta ji, Honorable MP Lok Sabha, Dr. Indrahang Subbaji, Honorable Member of the Sikkim Legislative Assembly, Government of Sikkim, Political Secretaries to the Chief Minister of Sikkim, Honorable Chairman ECOS Flood 1, respected Dr. S.K. Raiji, respected Presidents, respected Vice Presidents, respected Secretaries, and respected representatives from the 12 ethnic communities of Sikkim, respected Secretary, Social Welfare Department, come Member Secretary of Sikkim State High Level Committee, Srimati Sarika Pradhan, and respected officers from the Social Welfare Department who are present here. Friends from press and media, Namaskar and good evening to all of you. I carry with me the warmest greetings from the people of Sikkim to the distinguished members of the Sikkim State High Level Committee and everyone present here on this momentous occasion. Monsoon season is very special to us in the hills and mountain regions as nature unfolds its bountiful gift to us in the form of rain and water. This I consider as the most crucial elements of sustenance of community lives, food and environmental security, human civilization and nature itself. We are meeting today therefore to celebrate two very far-reaching occasions, one the monsoon season and the other the final signed submission of the ethnographic report of the 12 left out indigenous Sikkimese ethnic communities by the Sikkim State High Level Committee. These 12 left out communities include Sikkimese Bujel, Sikkimese Gurung, Sikkimese Jogi, Sikkimese Rai within bracket Kirat Thamburai, Sikkimese Kirat Dewan within bracket Yakha, Sikkimese Khas within bracket Chetri and Baun, Sikkimese Mangar, Sikkimese Newar, Sikkimese Sannyasi, Sikkimese Sunwar within bracket Mukhya, Sikkimese Thami and Sikkimese Maji. The Sikkim State Level High Level Committee was constituted by the Government of Sikkim in November 2024 to work on the modalities for inclusion of the 12 left out communities of Sikkim in the list of scheduled tribes in the Constitution of India. I am delighted to participate in this fifth and the final valedictory meeting of the Sikkim State High Level Committee. Let me recall how the Sikkim State High Level Committee, 12 ethnic communities and the Government of Sikkim so intimately interacted in the last 9 months in the preparation of this report. As stipulated, we received the final report on 3rd April 2025. I fondly recall the presence of a meaningful, massive gathering at Chintan Bhavan in Gangtok, and how we listened the whole day with rapt attention to the presentation made by the distinguished member of the Sikkim State High Level Committee and also the community representatives. However, even after the Gangtok presentation in April 2025, the communities and the members of the Sikkim State High Level Committee and the Government of Sikkim continued to further work on this report for the last few months. They together fine-tuned it, enriched with new resources, brought in newer record and strengthened the analytical dimension. Today, we have what I would like to describe as one of the most comprehensive, authentic, sound and field research-based ethnographic report of these 12 left-out communities. I remain impressed that the Sikkim State High Level Committee has meticulously followed some of the suggestions I had made during my intervention and several meetings with the distinguished member of the Sikkim State High Level Committee. In the first meeting of the Sikkim State High Level Committee held in Gangtok on 15 December 2024, I had suggested that the committee may consult and conserve with various institutions, experts, agencies, officials and policy makers in Delhi and other locations, mainly to provide a set of convincing and scientific, basic and supportive inputs for facilitating the case of 12 left-out communities. I can see that this proposal of mine has been largely reflected in the final reports. In the second meeting held on 10 February 2025 in Sikkim House in New Delhi, I had stated that I would fervently appeal to the distinguished members of Sikkim State High Level Committee and also the ethnic community representative to address the queries and issues raised by various committees set up by the Government of India and also to the crucial issue of data and information gaps pointed out by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs and the Office of the Registrar General of India in this regard. While going through the pages of the final report, I have found that these queries and clarification of RGI and Ministry of Tribal Affairs have been largely addressed by the Sikkim State High Level Committee. In fact, in many cases, the explanations and elaborations have been much beyond what were raised by these agencies. During the final presentation in fourth meeting held on 3rd April 2025 in Gangtok, I had mentioned that the Sikkim State High Level Committee may also give us a list of recommendations that would facilitate the process of effectively approaching and placing this report before various agencies of the Government of India. The ultimate idea, of course, is to get the constitutional recognition of these 12 left-out communities. I am delighted to note that the very well laid out and practically doable recommendations have been made by the Sikkim State High Level Committee in the final report. I would also like to profusely commend the participants of the 12 left-out communities and their representatives through this challenging journey of preparing this report. In the recent held meeting with the communities on 2nd August 2025 in Gangtok, I had proposed that all the community representatives, both political and socio-culture, may go through these final reports as meticulously as possible and undertake all the correction and revision. This was to avoid any loopholes and pitfalls. All the socio-culture and political representatives may also provide a declaration rectifying and expressing their own ownership of the respective ethnographic reports. I am very grateful for their kind act of compliance to both these proposals of mine. Their affirmative actions are not only reflected in the documents but would also go a long way in achieving our goals. I am so very impressed with the way the entire report has been scientifically divided into 4 easily readable volumes. All the 4 volumes have their own contents, directions and sound interconnectedness. Anyone picking up any volume would get the gist of all 4 volumes. All the ethnographic reports carry in them a strong flavor of historicity, distinct slant of culture ecology, striking illustrations of backwardness, and more importantly, the crying need for conserve, protect, and sustain all the communities. These reports very nicely and rigorously go to probe as how these 12 left out communities sufficiently fulfill the 5 criteria of primitive traits, cultural distinctiveness, geographical isolation, backwardness, and shyness. As a long-time political activist and a leader, I have to honestly confess that these phrase revelation and interesting findings that are written about these communities are actually a source of new knowledge and critical information for me personally also. I feel I have gained so much intellectually and learned a great deal in the political perspectives too. I also feel that if this type of exercise was done 20 years back, the 12 left out communities would not only have been given the scheduled tribes status by now, but would have also immensely benefited from this inclusionary initiative of the Government of India against the piecemeal, casual, and half-hearted approach adopted by the previous government. My colleagues in the Sikkim State Legislative Assembly and I decided to appoint the Sikkim State High Level Committee and also aligning all the communities with the Sikkim State High Level Committee. In the process, we made a deftly correct intervention that has brought the paradigm shift in the entire case of the 12 left out communities for their recognition in the scheduled type list of Government of India. Looking back, I am personally of the opinion that the sloppy approach, nonchalant attitude, and feeble political commitment of the previous government for full 25 years actually brought so many questions, hurdles, and doubt in the genuine effort and case of the 12 left out communities. We remain determined to undergo what was damagingly done in 25 years of the last government. I must appreciate the part 1 of the volume 1 entitled Sikkim's Unique History, Mountainous Borderlands and 50 Years of Merger with the Indian Union, going beyond the 5 criteria for the inclusion of 12 left out communities. It is an innovative and authentic explanation of the entire Sikkim's history, culture, ecology, consistent contribution and dedication of its communities. The use of the expression Sikkim as an all-embracing and engrossing articulation is highly imaginative and historically correct. I feel it is going to be the most powerful justification for the bestowing ST status to the 12 left out communities. The term Sikkim is a historic reservoir where all the indigenous ethnic communities will be inevitably absorbed sooner or later. Part 1 of the report therefore provides a larger ramifications, border consideration and far-reaching nation interest aspect of Sikkim and motherland India. It goes beyond Looker Committee's 5 prescribed criteria. Part 1 once again highlighted the backdrop of the Sikkim's 50 years of statehood in the Union of India. Sikkim wide dimension of political history, law and governance, accords and merger with India, and of course border and national security interests of our country are well narrated. This part also brings forth crucial agenda of peace dividend to the communities for making Sikkim as oasis of peace. The interpretations of all-inclusive Sikkim storm and parallels drawn with other northeast states in terms of various constitutional arrangement and governance framework, while highlighting unfulfilled aspiration, it impartially places the unparalleled contribution of all the people of Sikkim in the making of modern India. It statistically shows that how giving SC status to these 12 left-out communities would involve a small human population of hardly 3 lakh and would constitute a very negligible portions of 2.8% of total ST population of 10.42 million of India. In the volume 2, each ethnographic report carries in it the core element of socio-culture, economic, constitutional and anthropological account of these 12 left-out communities. This detail constitutes scientifically and meticulously aggregated inputs, data, information, associated institution and new knowledge. Volume 3 is the base document of each community. One can just swim and fly in the plethora of information and illustration in this huge volume. And volume 4 is about how the entire studies were conducted, processed and accomplished. It is rather a collection of the procedure, process, policy and action that other departments and agencies could replicate and follow. After listening to all this presentation in April, I was rather inspired to just sit down in a calm and serene room and read this report line by line. Let me frankly admit that today this quiet reading have also enabled me to designing some framework of political strategy for taking this entire initiative to the logical end. I have to profusely thank and acknowledge the contribution made by my esteemed colleagues in the Sikkim Legislative Assembly, including the Honorable Deputy Speaker, Honorable Cabinet Ministers, Honorable Members of Parliament and Members of Legislative Assembly. They have always been a major source of inspiration and professional support to me, the President and representative of all the ethnic community organizations deserve the highest applaud for what that have done in terms of providing all the societal commitment, intellectual support and adequate field-based input. It would have been literally impossible to attain this level of success but for the roles of qualified researchers and key representatives of the 12 communities. The issues of sensitivities, factual omission and galvanizations of more field-based data and experimentations have been dedicatedly handled by these resource persons. Today on this great occasion of bidding farewell to all the distinguished members of the Sikkim State High Level Committee, I must say that I am struck and surprised by the fact that the journey we started in mid-December 2024 is now completed. It is just a historic and precious 9 months in the long journey of Sikkim and Sikkimese people. This was a unique and memorable journey that brought 12 left-out community representatives, experts and professionals, government officials and political leaders on one single platform to discuss an issue of immense public interest. This perhaps had never happened in Sikkim in such a professional and scientific manner. This is another remarkable dimension to this report. This report has brought fresh awareness, renewed commitment and will to set up newer institutions among the 12 left-out communities. Many of them possibly did not know what their own community had. So rich culture, history, intellectual heritage and unparalleled social and ecological practices. This means the communities have now at least partially regained their lost culture and intellectual heritage, reaccounted for historical anecdotes, myths and belief and recollected artifacts and other priceless objects that remain hidden, displaced and dislocated. Our government has undertaken to build an ethnographic tribal museum. We already have the funds and the physical infrastructure. However, as I mentioned in the last meeting at Gantok in April 2025, we have another formidable challenge that is to convince the technical officers and the political leaders in the government of India about the essentiality of these 12 deserving left-out communities and accordance of ST status to them. In this regard, the core recommendation made by the Sikkim State High Level Committee will have to be fully implemented and operationalized in this endeavor. The role of the elected representative is steering this report and publicizing this report and mobilizing opinions from other political parties, civil society, institutions, media, and community organizations are very crucial. We have already passed unanimously resolution in the state legislative assembly and have also made several representations to the government of India, more especially to the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Home Minister Sri Amit Shah ji, and Honorable Tribal Minister Sri Joel Oram ji. We shall have to once again make forceful and convincing appeal and steadily enter into negotiations. In this respect, our honorable MPs will have very vital role. Equally critical will be the track to appeal and negotiation, including through parliament, media, private sector, intellectual, socio-cultural institutions, and other alternative channels. Therefore, I once again appeal to all the committee organizations and representatives to discuss the finding in the ethnographic report, deliberate on it with the youth and social worker, women leaders and social culture institutions, and prepare them to more social, intellectual, and community actions. Let them write, deliberate, and strengthen the hand of the government to put up this case as effectively. My government's commitment to this grand cause of 12 left-out communities has been unflinching and insurmountable. We shall consistently and boldly take the issue to logical end and will request to the government of India. विशेष गरेर आज उपस्थित सम्पूर्ण जातीय प्रतिनिधिहरूलाई म आह्वान गर्न चाहन्छु। हामीले गठन गरेको उच्च स्तरीय समितिले आफ्नो रिपोर्ट उहाँले प्रस्तुत गरिसक्नु भएको छ अनि यो रिपोर्टको एक प्रतिलिपि तपाईहरु सबैजनाको हातमा छ। सबै जातीय प्रतिनिधि एसोसिएसनको हातमा पुगेको छ अनि हाम्रो पब्लिक रिप्रेजेन्टेटिभको हातमा हामीले दिएका छौं। अनि यो उहाँहरुको हामीले जुन जिम्मेवारी सिक्किम स्टेट लेभल हाई कमिटीलाई जुन जिम्मेवारी हामीले सुम्पेका थियौं त्यो जिम्मेवारी उहाँहरुले एकदमै राम्रो प्रकारले साइन्टिफिकली उहाँहरुले पूरा स्टडी गरेर विभिन्न हाम्रा देशका विभिन्न भागहरुमा विभिन्न म्युजियम विभिन्न ठाउँहरुमा गएर अनि विभिन्न जातीय संगठनहरुसँग बातचित गरेर विभिन्न हाम्रा जातीय भित्र पर्ने जति पनि बुजुर्गहरुसँग जति पनि उहाँहरुले बातचित गरेपछि यो रिपोर्ट अति नै राम्रो प्रकारले उहाँहरुले पेश गर्नुभएको छ अनि जसको पूर्ण जानकारी अति आदरणीय उपाध्यक्ष यसका समितिको उपाध्यक्ष डाक्टर महेन्द्र पी लामाज्यूले तपाईहरुलाई दिनुभएको छ। बडा राम्रो प्रकारले त्यो ल्यापटप कम्युनिटिजको अनि त्यसको स्ट्रेटेजिकल रिपोर्ट पनि उहाँले पेश गर्नुभयो, हामी माझमा राख्नुभयो। तर अब हाम्रो यतिमै काम सकिँदैन, मतलब अब हाम्रो सही काम भनौं अब गर्नुपर्ने काम चाहिँ अब सुरु हुन्छ। हाम्रो राष्ट्रिय तौरले हुन्छ कि हाम्रो विभिन्न डिप्लोमेटिक तौरले हुन्छ कि या ब्युरोक्रेटिक लेभलमा हुन्छ कि विभिन्न लेभलमा हामीले काम गर्नु पर्यो। जसरी डाक्टर महेन्द्र पी लामाज्यूले उहाँले राख्नुभयो ट्र्याक 1 इज पोलिटिकली, जो हाम्रो सम्पूर्ण इलेक्टेड मेम्बर्सहरु माननीय मन्त्रीगण माननीय विधायकगण पोलिटिकल सबै पार्टीहरुलाई लिएर हामीले पूर्ण रूपले भारत सरकारका माननीय प्रधानमन्त्री माननीय गृहमन्त्रीज्यू अनि ट्राइबल मिनिस्टरलाई हामीले अप्रोच गर्नु पर्यो। अनि ट्र्याक 2 भनेपछि तपाईको ब्युरोक्रेटिक लेभलमा नेगोसिएट गर्नु पर्यो विभिन्न कुराहरु, जुन कुराहरु हामीले थालिसकेका छौं है, जुन कुराहरु हामीले सुरु गरिसकेका छौं, विभिन्न प्रकारले हामीले सुरु गरेका छौं। यसमा है तपाईलाई म जानकारी दिन चाहन्छु भनेदेखि डाक्टर सत्यवर्ती चक्रवर्ती ज्यूले बडा राम्रो प्रकारले उहाँले ट्र्याक 3 को कुरा गर्नुभयो। हि मेन्सन रिगार्डिङ द ट्र्याक 3। अब त्यसको लागि पक्का हो कुनै पनि कुराहरु हामीले प्राप्त गर्न भन्दा अघि हामी जहिले पनि है पूजा गर्छौं, शक्ति माग्छौं, यो कुराहरुलाई पनि हामी अगाडि राख्छौं र यो विशेष गरी यो कुराहरु छ। र तपाईलाई म यति भन्न चाहन्छु पहिलाको सरकारले उहाँले कुन प्रकारले यो कुराहरुलाई 12 लेफ्ट आउट कम्युनिटिजलाई एसटी को स्टेटस दिलाउने मुद्दामा के कति काम गर्यो, कस्तो प्रकारले काम गर्यो। अब हामीले यहाँनिर है गन्थन गरिबस्नु पनि मिलेन, उहाँहरुको कारणले गर्दा 25 साल गयो। यदि साँच्चै नै उहाँहरूले सिरियसली साँच्चै यी 12 जातिले चाहिँ ट्राइबल पाउनै पर्छ भनेर यदि मनभित्रबाट नै साँच्चै उहाँले सोचेर काम गरेको भएदेखि साँच्चै आजसम्म अहिलेसम्म ट्राइबल भइसक्थ्यो। तर मैले यो राजनीतिक कुरा गरेको होइन, तर के थियो भन्दाखेरि पोलिटिसियनहरूले या कुनै पनि लिडर्सले कुनै पनि मुद्दालाई छुट्टै समाधान गर्दैन, किनभने त्यो मुद्दा सल्भ भयो भने कुरा राजनीति सकिहाल्छ। भनौँ भोट मागी खाने है तपाईँको भाँडो सकिहाल्छ। त्यसले गर्दा है कतिवटा पार्टीहरूले चाहिँ यस्तो इस्युहरूलाई चाहिँ जहिले जति लम्बा है जति लामो खिच्न सके त्यति नै फाइदा हो। प्रत्येक चुनावमा भइहाल्छ है, तपाईँको छिनिहाल्छ, अब त पक्कै हुन्छ, 3 पल्टमा त तपाईँको रागा पनि छिन्छ भन्ने कुराहरू भाषणहरू हामीले सुनेको पनि हो। तर मनभित्र भन्यो या कहाँबाट भन्यो त्यो भन्न सक्दैन। तर वर्तमान सरकार, वर्तमान तपाईँले आशीर्वाद दिनुभएको सरकार एकदम कमिटेड छ। हामी मनभित्रबाट नै हामी काम गर्छौँ। यो तपाईँहरूलाई कमिटमेन्ट हो हाम्रो सरकारको तर्फबाट। हामी हर हालतमा कसरी हुन्छ कि यी 12वटा जातिले ट्राइबल पाउनु नै हाम्रो सबभन्दा ठुलो जित हुन्छ। हामी त्यसमा सोच्छौँ। हामी चाहिँ कहिले पनि राज्यमा एउटा कुरा गरेर फेरि केन्द्र सरकारमा आएर सुटुक्क भेटेर यसलाई चाहिँ दिनु हुँदैन, यसलाई फाइललाई अलिकति स्लो गर भनेर हामी भन्दैनौँ। यो कुरा त हामीले सुनेको हौँ है। पूर्व सरकारमा चिठी एउटा लेख्थ्यो अरे, आएर फेरि अर्को कुरा गर्थ्यो भनेर त हाम्रो भारत सरकारको एउटा ठुलो मन्त्री महोदयले नै हामीलाई भनेको हो है। तपाईँहरूको चाहिँ कस्तो सरकार छ हौ, कुरा चाहिँ एउटा गर्छ, चिठी एउटा लेख्छ, आएर फेरि नगर भनेर भन्छ भनेर हामीलाई खुद त्यति बेला हाम्रो माननीय मन्त्री हाम्रो अरुण उप्रेतीजी हुनुहुन्थ्यो, माननीय मन्त्री हाम्रो लामा साहब पनि हुनुहुन्थ्यो, माननीय मन्त्री कुङ्गनी, हामी थुप्रो टोली जाँदाखेरि उहाँले प्रष्ट रूपमा हामीलाई उहाँले भन्नुभएको। हामी त्यस्तो गर्दैनौँ। हामी सिधा हामीले कमिटी बनायौँ, कमिटीले आफ्नो रिपोर्ट पेश गरिसकेको छ। हामी सबैको हातमा छ भनेदेखि सरकारको जिम्मा भयो। अनि यो रिपोर्टलाई हामी अब हाम्रो विधानसभामा यसलाई पास गर्छौँ, किनभने हामीले अघिबाट नै 12 जातिलाई ट्राइबल बनाउनुपर्छ भन्ने है रिजोल्युसन, हामीले गभर्मेन्ट रिजोल्युसन, प्राइभेट रिजोल्युसन होइन है, कुनै पनि व्यक्तिको रिजोल्युसन होइन, गभर्मेन्ट रिजोल्युसन हामीले पास गरिसकेका छौँ। पहिला कतिवटा मुद्दाहरूमा खालि प्राइभेट रिजोल्युसन आउँथ्यो, तर गभर्मेन्ट रिजोल्युसन आउँथेन। गभर्मेन्ट रिजोल्युसन आउनु अनि प्राइभेट रिजोल्युसन आउनु आकाश र पातालको फरक थियो। त्यति बेला हामीले यस्तो क्रुसियल टाइममा हामीले गभर्मेन्ट रिजोल्युसन पास गरेर हामीले केन्द्र सरकारमा पठायौँ। त्यति बेला यदि हामीले गभर्मेन्टले त्यो रिजोल्युसन हाम्रो है तपाईँको भनौँ मेजोरिटीले पास नगरेर हामी त्यो रिजोल्युसन ल्याउनमा हाम्रो मेजोरिटी कम हुनु भने हाम्रो सरकार पनि जान्थ्यो। गभर्मेन्ट रिजोल्युसनमा त्यो हुनसक्छ, तर प्राइभेट रिजोल्युसनमा सरकार केही पनि हुँदैन। त हामीले त्यो रिस्क लिएर हामीले गऱ्यौँ भनेदेखि झन् हाम्रो हातमा अब पुख्ता हाम्रो एथनोग्राफिक रिपोर्ट आइसकेको छ, कमिटीले रिपोर्ट सबमिट गरिसक्नु भएको छ भनेदेखि हामीले अब यसलाई अगाडि बढाउनु पर्नेछ र हामी धेरै प्रकारको हाम्रो रणनीतिहरू लिएर हामी अगाडि बढ्छौँ। राजनीतिक रणनीति अनि यो रिपोर्ट हामी विधानसभा पास गर्छौँ। त्यसपछि जुन प्रकारले हाम्रो कमिटीले हामीलाई सजेसन गरेको छ, विभिन्न पोलिटिकल पार्टिजहरूलाई, विभिन्न एनजिओसहरूलाई, विभिन्न समुदायहरूलाई पनि जसले अघिबाट नै ट्राइबल प्राप्त गरिसकेको छ उहाँहरूलाई पनि, अनि विभिन्न युनिभर्सिटिजका भिसीहरूलाई पनि हामीले जुन रिकमेन्डेसन माग्नुपर्ने जुन सुझाव उहाँले दिनुभएको छ कमिटीले, त्यो सुझावलाई हामी है एकदम हृदयबाट नै आत्मसात गरेर हामी काम गर्नेछौँ। भनेदेखि अब हामी सबै एकजुट भएर कसरी हुन्छ हामीले यी 12 जातिलाई हामीले ट्राइबल बनाउन सक्यौँ भनेदेखि हाम्रो सिक्किम राज्य नै ट्राइबल राज्य बन्न सक्छ। यो सबैभन्दा ठुलो मुद्दा हो। अनि यसलाई हामीले सिरियसली कुनै पनि कुरा यदि हामीले मनभित्र नै बट्ट गऱ्यो भनेदेखि नहुने कुरा छैन, इम्पोसिबल कुरा छैन। मनभित्रबाट हुनु पर्यो, मनभित्रबाट पाउनुपर्छ भन्ने हुनु पर्यो, हृदय है, मनभित्रबाट चोखो मनले चाहिँ हुनैपर्छ भने पनि पक्का पनि हुन्छ, नहुने इम्पोसिबल भन्ने कुरा छैन पनि डिक्सनरी वास्तव हेऱ्यो भनेदेखि। त्यसले गर्दा म तपाईँहरू सबै जातीय प्रतिनिधिहरूलाई म आह्वान गर्न चाहन्छु, तपाईँले यो रिपोर्टलाई तपाईँहरूले आफ्नो आफ्नो जातिभित्र तपाईँले यसलाई पुरा है पब्लिसिटी गर्नुहोस्, पुरा तपाईँले यसलाई है तपाईँको विभिन्न विचारहरू लिनुहोस्। अनि यसलाई हुनसक्छ भोलिको दिनमा कुनै पनि जसले 12 जातिले ट्राइबल नपाओस् भन्ने विचार भएकाहरू पनि होला, किनभने ट्राइबल पाइहाल्यो भने झन् एसकेएम पार्टीलाई झन् फाइदा हुन्छ भन्नेहरू पनि होला, यो पाउनु हुँदैन भन्ने पनि होला। अनि त्यस्ता मान्छेहरूलाई पनि तपाईँले जवाब दिनुपर्छ। जब तपाईँहरूको हातमा पुख्ता सबुत छ अनि सिक्किम स्टेट हाई लेभल कमिटीको रिपोर्ट तपाईँहरूसँग छ भने तपाईँले भन्नु पनि सक्नु पर्यो, बोल्नु पनि पर्यो, तपाईँहरूले बोल्नु पर्यो कि यो चाहिँ हामीले सबैभन्दा ऐतिहासिक काम गरे हाम्रो, किनभने सबै तपाईहरु संलग्न भएर नै यो रिपोर्ट बनेको हो नि त। तपाईहरुको आफ्नो आफ्नो बुजुर्गहरू विभिन्न है व्यक्तिहरुसँग हामीले गर्यौं। जस्तै तपाईले जुन जुन सजेसन तपाईहरु हाम्रो जातीय संगठनबाट आएको छ त्यो सजेसनलाई हामीले मानिलिएका छौं। जस्तै एउटा सजेसन अनि हाम्रो अखिल किरात राई संघ सिक्किमको तर्फबाट कमिटीबाट हामीलाई एउटा उहाँहरूले है एउटा सबमिसन गर्नुभएको थियो कि हाम्रो जम्मै डकुमेन्ट्समा चाहिँ तपाईको हाम्रो राई छ अनि किरात खम्बु राई कहिले पनि छैन। हाम्रो डोमिसाइलमा हेरौं जम्मै कुरामा राईलाई नै हामी बेस बनाएको छौं भनेदेखि हाम्रो जुन चाहिँ छ पहिल्यैदेखि चलाएको यो किरात खम्बु राई चाहिँ है नगरेर सिक्किमिस राई गर्नुपर्छ भनेर उहाँले है दिनुभएको थियो हामीलाई। उहाँले है रिप्रेजेन्ट गर्नुभएको थियो। त्यो उहाँहरूको रिक्वेस्टलाई उहाँको अनुरोधलाई हामीले मानेर सिक्किमले है सिक्किम सरकारले बकाइदा एप्रुभल लिएर नै हामीले उहाँहरूको यो सबै चेन्ज गरेको छ। यो उहाँहरूको रिक्वेस्टमा अब हुन्छ सिक्किमिस राई अनि विदिन ब्रेकेट पनि हामीले किरात खम्बु राई भनेर हामीले लेखेका छौं। अनि मैले हाम्रो आदरणीय सचिव महोदयलाई भनेको छु जति पनि रिपोर्टमा चाहिँ यही है समावेश गर्नुपर्छ ताकि कुनै पनि गल्ती नहोस् भन्ने म अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु। सबै जातीय प्रतिनिधिहरूलाई म यही आह्वान गर्न चाहन्छु अब हामी सिरियसली लागि परेर हामी काम गरौं। अनि दिल्लीमा जे पनि काम गर्नु पनि हामी कही बेला हुन सक्छ प्रधानमन्त्रीको म दललाई लान्छु भनेर म भन्न सक्दिनँ किनभने प्रधानमन्त्रीको अपॉइन्टमेन्ट पाउनु गाह्रो पर्ला। तर अरु मन्त्री माननीय मन्त्रीहरुकोमा आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ हामी पूर्ण रूपले टोली तपाईहरुको हुन सक्छ एक जना प्रतिनिधिहरु लिएर हामी आउँछौं डेलिगेसन आउँछ। यसलाई पूरा अब हामी अब यसको यो कामलाई हामी टुङ्गोमा पुर्याउनको निम्ति हामी काम गर्नेछौं। अनि यसको जिम्मेवारी विभिन्न एमपीज नर्थ ईस्टको एमपीज होस् या विभिन्न राज्यका एमपीहरुलाई पनि हामीले सपोर्ट माग्नको लागि हाम्रो दुई जना अति आदरणीय है हाम्रो राज्यसभा एमपी श्री डीटी लेप्चा ज्यू पनि हुनुहुन्छ अनि लोकसभा एमपी डाक्टर इन्दाहाङ सुब्बाज्यू पनि अब उहाँले काम गर्नु पर्यो अनि म पनि लागि परेर हामी कमिटीले पूरा रिकमेन्डेसन हामी माग्छौं यो काम गर्छौं। र तपाईले जति पनि सजेसन दिनुभएको थियो त्यो सजेसनलाई हामीले समावेश गरेका छौं भनेदेखि रेस्पेक्टेड मेम्बर्स रेस्पेक्टेड चेयरमैन vice chairman and members of the Sikkim State High Level Committee, I am so very indebted to all the respected members that despite your distance, tight schedule and other professional and family engagement, you have given your intellectual capital to the people of Sikkim. Lot of thanks. We can now proudly mention that the ethnographic report have been prepared by some of the most celebrated anthropologists, noted scholars and government experts of the country. I am very grateful to respected Professor B.B. Sharmaji, Chairman of the Sikkim State High Level Committee, respected Professor Mahendra Pilamaji, Vice Chairman of the Committee, respected members Professor Varginius Khakhaji, Dr. Satyavarta Chakravarti ji, Professor Nipur Tiwari ji, respected Professor Sarit Chaudhary ji, respected Sri Ranjan Datta ji, respected Professor A.B. Ota ji, respected Professor Sandhya Thapa ji, respected Sri B.S. Pant ji, respected Dr. S.K. Rai ji and Member Secretary Madam Sarika Pradhan and the dear representative of the 12 communities. Your expertise, knowledge and dedication have been pivotal in conceptualizing and providing final shape of this report. The time, energy and insights you have invested have greatly enhanced its orientation, content and quality, reflecting your professionalism and extensive experience. The Government of Sikkim thankfully acknowledges your valuable role in the preparation of this report and expresses sincere appreciation for your commitment and invaluable service. We deeply cherish your valuable participation and continued support in our future endeavor. I would also like to express my profuse thanks and a note of appreciation for the Department of Social Welfare, its Secretary Madam Srimati Sarika Pradhan and all the concerned officials. Your effort and devotion have been extraordinary and stand as a solid example of how collectively and professionally one could produce something that has huge societal value, protection of cultural endowment, legal constitutional implications, and of course conservation of the very priceless identity of the Sikkimese people. As a special thanks goes to the Principal Residence Commissioner and the staff of Sikkim House, New Delhi, along with the Principal Secretary Dr. S. Dhakalji and the officers from the Chief Minister Office, Sikkim, for their continuous support and dedication towards this noble endeavor. Your single-minded dedication has raised the performance bar for other departments in the government of Sikkim. I am sure they will also join the climbing process of robust performance and competitive achievement. Before I conclude, I extend my deepest gratitude to each one of you for your gracious presence and invaluable contribution. Your support and participation have added immense value and meaning to this occasion. As we move forward, I wish you the very best in all your future endeavors, along with a life filled with sound health, happiness, abundance, and truly fulfilling moments ahead. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Sikkim.